Hello and thank you for joining me today to crochet this adorable little mushroom hat. The pattern is available linked down below in the video description. It is available for sizes 6 to 12 month, 1 to 3 years, 4 to 10 years, and adult. And so that is linked down below in the video description for you if you need to make any size that we're not doing today. Today we are working up size 1 to 3. And so thank you for crocheting with me. For this project, you are going to need 4 different types of yarn. You need one for your mushroom top for the little mushroom cap. So any kind of bulky weight, red or orange. This is the Yarn Bee Velvety Smooth and Pumpkin. I think this hat would also be absolutely lovely worked up in some kind of a natural fiber like wool or a wool blend or something like that. A bamboo blend, although I don't think I've seen a bulky bamboo blend. I'm not sure. But any kind of bulky mushroom cap color that you want. And then you need, for the inner hat, this is a number 4 worsted weight yarn. This is the Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek Chunky, but it is a number 4 worsted weight yarn. And so that is for your underside of the mushroom, whether you want it to be cream color like this one or like a tan, something like that would look nice. And you also need some chunky for your under hat. This is for the brim. And so a chunky yarn in like a, this is the, I love this chunky. It's called Color Sand Frost. These are all linked in the video, or I'm sorry, in the, well, they are linked in the video description as well as in the written PDF pattern with clickable links. And so if you wanted to get the same kind of yarn that I have. And then for the little spots on your mushroom, this is also the Yarn Bee Velvety Smooth, but it's the Aran, A-R-A-N, Aran, I don't even know how they say it, but it's like a thinner number 4 weight. And so you're going to want some number 4 weight in white for your little mushroom spots. You'll be using a 4mm hook for your mushroom spots. So we'll set that aside. You'll need some scissors and a tapestry needle, stitch marker, comes in handy always, and we're using a 6.5mm hook for most of this hat, for all of the main parts of the hat other than the spots. So I'm going to begin with my number 4 worsted weight in ivory color to start this inner hat. So we'll get started with the inner hat here, and I'm going to begin by working 10 double crochet into a magic ring. So to make our magic ring, I just wrap this around my finger a couple times, take my hook, put it under the first loop, grab that second one, twist it around, reach over and grab your yarn and pull through a loop. And then you have your magic ring in place. Now I am, as you can see, left-handed. If you're right-handed, you can easily follow along, especially if you're not a beginner. And you're just going to mirror my work. You do the exact same things, just working in the opposite direction. If you're a beginner, it could possibly confuse you, but you're just mirroring my work, so hopefully it doesn't. I learned crochet myself from a right-handed tutorials on YouTube. So, but as a lefty, I'm used to doing that. Alright, so we're going to begin. Once you have your magic ring, you're going to chain 2, and we're going to work 10 double crochet. The chain 2 does not count as our first double crochet, so work a total of 10 double crochet into that magic ring. Once you have your 10 double crochet in your magic ring, go ahead and pull that closed and slip stitch into your first stitch to close the round. Chain 2. Our chain 2s do not count as a stitch for any of these, and we will not be turning after each round. So for round 2, we're going to do 10 double crochet increases. So we're just going to work 2 double crochet in every stitch around for round 2. At the end of round 2, you will slip stitch, close your round. You should end with 20 stitches. and chain 2. For round 3, we're going to do a double crochet into that first stitch, followed by a double crochet increase, working 2 double crochet into the very next stitch, and you're going to repeat that all the way around 10 times around. So just work 1 single double crochet, followed by a double crochet increase, and repeat that all the way around. So you should be ending with an increase on this last stitch, and then slip stitch to close your round. Should be ending with 30 stitches for round 3, and for round 4 we're going to do 2 double crochet followed by an increase, and repeat that all the way around 10 times. You should end with 40 stitches. So just continue, to work your way around, working 2 double crochet followed by a double crochet increase. At the end of round 4, you will slip stitch to close, chain 2. You should end round 4 with 40 stitches, and for round 5 we will begin with a 7 double crochet, followed by an increase, and you're going to repeat that 5 times around. So you should end this round with 45 stitches. Okay, at the end of round 5, you're going to slip stitch to close your round. And now instead of chaining 2, you're just going to chain 1, and then we are going to switch to half double crochets. So you're just going to continue to work 1 half double crochet into every stitch around, 45 half double crochet for each round. At the end of each round, you will slip stitch to close your round, chain 1, do not turn, just as we have been. So and you're going to continue that for this row 6 all the way up through row 14. So repeat that for 9 rows, and I will meet you back here at the end. Oh, I'm sorry, not row 14. You're going to go to row 13, and I will meet you back here at the end of row 13. Alright, so here I am at the end of row 13. So I'm just going to slip stitch to close my round, and then you will fasten off. So here's our main part of the hat, and now you're going to want your chunky yarn, and still using the 6.5mm hook. So we're going to be working into the front loop only. So just insert your hook into the next stitch of your front loop. Make sure to leave up an end to weave in and pull up a loop. And then you are going to chain 6. And then work 5 single crochet back to your hat. So that chain would count as row 1, our chain row, and this will count as row 2, and then we will slip stitch right back into that same stitch, then slip stitch into the front loop only of the next stitch, and slip stitch over, and then into the back loop only you will work 5 single crochet up your little brim, chain 1 and turn, 5 single crochet back down. So each way up and then down is 2 rows. Typically you would slip stitch straight into the next stitch, but we are doing 2 per stitch, 2 rows in each stitch. So slip stitch back into that same stitch, then slip stitch to the next stitch for your next 2. And you're just going to repeat this all the way around. You're going to end with 90 rows, working 2 rows into each stitch. I'll do a couple more on camera, and then I'll meet you back at the end to show you how to close off the brim. So just chain 1 and turn at the end of your 5 single crochet, and then anytime you're working towards your hat, you'll do your 5 single crochet. You're always working into the back loop only for the brim, into the back loop only. Creates that texture we want. And then slip stitch right back into that same stitch, front loop only, and then slip stitch into the front loop only of the next stitch. So just continue to repeat that all the way around, and I will meet you once I get to the end and I've worked my way around my brim. Alright, so once we have worked all the way around and we are in our last row here, and you have worked these together, I like to flip to the bottom and then do your last row of stitches here. And single crochet these 2 sides together. With 5 single crochet. And then fasten off. So there you have your brim of your hat. It should lie flat like this. And your top, you'll want to go ahead and weave in your ends. Once you have your ends woven in, you can just go ahead and set your your inner hat aside, and we'll start with our mushroom cap. So using your 6.5mm hook once again, you're going to begin with whatever color you have for your mushroom cap. And we're going to start by making a magic ring and working 6 single crochet into our magic ring. I'm sorry, 10 single crochet into your magic ring. You can see how I kind of started pulling my magic ring tight before I finished my stitches. That is a little trick with this chenille yarn to help close your magic ring without your yarn breaking. Once you work your 10 single crochet into a magic ring, you're going to go ahead and slip stitch to close, chain 1, and for round 2 we are going to be doing 10 single crochet increases. So just work 2 single crochet into every stitch around, and you'll end round 2 with 20 single crochet. Once you have your 30 single crochet, or I'm sorry, 20 single crochet, slip stitch to close your round, chain 1, and for round 3 through round 5 you're just going to do 1 single crochet in every stitch around, doing 20 single crochet around for rounds 3, 4, and 5. So I will meet you back here at the end of round 5. And then for round 6, after round 5, once you have slip stitched your round closed and chained 1, for round 6 we are going to do 1 single crochet followed by a single crochet increase, working 2 single crochets into the next stitch, and repeat that 10 times around, and you should end with 30 stitches. And then slip stitch to close your round. For round 7, chain 1, and you will work 2 single crochet followed by an increase, and repeat that all the way around 10 times. And you should end this round with 40 single crochet. At the end of round 7, slip stitch to close your round, chain 1, and for round 8, what baby? Oh my goodness. And for round 8 we're going to do 3 single crochet followed by an increase, and repeat that 10 times around. You should end with 50 single crochet. Oh look, you got a stool. So just continue to repeat your 3 single crochet followed by an increase, and I will meet you at the end of round 8. You're so sweet. Slip stitch to close your round. So rows 9 through 15 we will be doing 50 single crochet around for each row. Just work 1 single crochet into each stitch around for rounds 9 through 15. At the end of each round you will slip stitch and then chain 1 and do not turn. Alright, so I just finished round 15 and have slip stitched my round closed and chained 1. And now for round 16 we will be doing 4 single crochet followed by an increase, and you're going to repeat that all the way around, ending this round with 60 stitches. So I'll meet you back here at the end. Just repeat that 4 single crochet followed by an increase all the way around. Okay, so now for round 17, or at the end of round 16, go ahead and slip stitch closed, chain 1, and for round 17 we're going to do 5 single crochet followed by an increase, and you will repeat that all the way around 10 times, ending this round with 70 stitches. I'll meet you at the end of round 17. Now for round 18, you're going to, chain 1, and we will do 6 single crochet followed by an increase, and you're going to repeat that around 10 times. You will end this round with 80 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 single crochet and an increase all the way around. At the end of round 18, go ahead and slip stitch to close, chain 1, and for round 19, we'll be doing 7 single crochet, 4, 5, 6, and 7, followed by an increase, and repeat that all the way around. You will end this round with 90 stitches. At the end of round 19, go ahead and slip stitch to close your round, chain 1, and for rounds 20 through 26, you are just going to do 1 single crochet in every stitch around. So you should have 90 single crochet around, and you're going to repeat that for rounds 20 up through 26. And I'll meet you back here at the end of round 26. And just like all the other rounds, you will slip stitch to close your round and then chain 1, but you do not need to turn. So I will meet you back here at the end of round 26. Once you reach the end of round 26 and slip stitch your round to close, you're going to chain 1 and stop there, and we're going to work our spots and get those sewn on to the hood before we move on. Whoops. My stitch marker went flying, so I like to stick a stitch marker in here so I don't lose my work. And now we're going to switch to a 4mm hook and our white number 4 yarn. And we'll be making 7 separate spots. They're all a little bit different. For the first one, we're going to begin by making a magic ring. And then work 8 single crochet into your magic ring. Once you have your 8 single crochet in there, go ahead and pull your magic ring tight to close. And then for round 2, we are going to slip stitch, chain 1, and then for round 2 we are doing a single crochet increase right into this same stitch, followed by a half double crochet increase, so yarn over and work 2 half double crochet into the next stitch, followed by a double crochet increase, so work 2 double crochet into the next stitch, and then a half double crochet increase, 2 half double crochet into the next stitch, and then we're going to do 4 single crochet increases, working our way around. 2 single crochet into the remaining 4 stitches, and then slip stitch to close. Chain 1, and for round 3 you're going to do a single crochet followed by a single crochet increase, a half double crochet followed by a half double crochet increase, a double crochet, whoops, followed by a double crochet increase, and then another half double crochet and half double crochet increase. And then for the remainder of your stitches, on these last 8 stitches, you will do a single crochet followed by a single crochet increase 4 times. Repeat that 4 times to finish this round. Single crochet followed by a single crochet increase, and then slip stitch to close and fasten off. Make sure you leave a nice long tail so that you can sew this to the hat. And we'll set that aside and start number 2. For spot number 2, you'll begin by making a slip knot and chain 4. And then into this first chain from our hook, we're going to work a single crochet increase. So do 2 single crochet into that first chain, followed by a single crochet. And then in this last chain, we're going to work a 3 single crochet increase. So work 3 single crochet all into that one chain. And this will wrap you over to the other side. And then we're going to work 2 single crochet, and then slip stitch into that first stitch to close. Chain 1. And for round 2, we'll begin with a single crochet increase, followed by 2 single crochet, then 2 single crochet increases, so do a single crochet increase times 2, followed by 3 single crochet, and slip stitch to close your round. Chain 1. We're going to begin with a 3 single crochet increase, so work 3 single crochet all into that stitch, followed by 2 single crochet, and then in this next stitch we're going to work a single crochet and a half double crochet into the same stitch, then a double crochet increase, 2 double crochet into the next stitch, followed by a half double crochet increase, 2 half double crochet into the next stitch, and work 3 single crochet, and then a single crochet increase times 3. And slip stitch to close your round and fasten off, leaving a nice long tail to sew to the hat. For our third circle, we will begin by making a magic ring and working 6 single crochet into our magic ring. Once you have those 6 single crochet in there, pull that tight, slip stitch to close, chain 1, and for round 2 we're going to do a single crochet increase into every stitch around. You should end with 12 stitches, and slip stitch to close, and then fasten off, leaving a tail to sew to the hat. For number 4, we're going to begin by making a magic ring. And then work 5 single crochet into your magic ring. Pull that closed once you have your 5 single crochet. And for round 2, you're going to slip stitch in here into that first stitch. Chain 1, and we're going to work 5 single crochet increase all the way around for round 2, so you should end with 10 stitches. And then you'll slip stitch to close your round, chain 1, and for round 3 we're going to work a single crochet increase right back into that same stitch. Oh, I'm sorry. For round 3 we're going to work a single crochet right back into that first stitch, followed by a single crochet increase, and repeat that 5 times around, so you should end this round with 15 stitches. And then slip stitch to close your round, chain 1, and for round 4, I'm sorry, chain 2. For round 4 we're going to do 2 double crochet, so that chain 2 does not count as a stitch. Work a double crochet right back into the first stitch, followed by another double crochet, and then we're going to do a double crochet increase. Followed by 2 single crochet, and then a single crochet increase, and we're going to repeat that 4 times around. 2 single crochet, single crochet increase, 2 single crochet, single crochet increase, all the way around. And then slip stitch into the top of that first double crochet to close your round, and leave a nice long tail to sew. For spot number 5, you're going to make a magic ring. Work 5 single crochet into that magic ring. Once you have your 5, pull it tight and slip stitch to close your round, chain 1, and for round 2 we are going to be working 5 single crochet increases. You will end this round with 10 stitches. Work 2 single crochet into every stitch around. And then slip stitch to close your round. And fasten off. For spot number 6, you will start with a magic ring. Work 8 single crochet into your magic ring. Pull that closed. Slip stitch to close your round. Chain 1, and for round 2 we are going to begin with a single crochet increase right back into that same stitch, followed by a double crochet increase, times 4, so 4 double crochet increases, and then 3 single crochet increases after that. So for the rest of the round, work 2 single crochet into each stitch. Slip stitch to close and fasten off. $11.11. All right, for our number 7th and final spot here, we are going to start with a magic ring and work 5 single crochet into your magic ring. Pull that closed and slip stitch to close your round. Chain 1, and for round 2 we will do 2 single crochet increases. So work 2 single crochet and back into that same stitch in the following stitch, followed by 3 half double crochet increases the remainder of the way around, 2 half double crochet into the last 3 stitches, and then slip stitch to close and fasten off. And so now you're just going to sew your spots wherever you want them on your hat, and once you get your spots sewn on, then I will meet you back here and we will finish. I do want to show you how I get these sewn on, so I'll sew this first one on film, and I grabbed the wrong needle, but that's okay. I will make this work. Should grab my bigger one. So you can weave your spot things in, I haven't had any trouble with them slipping out. Although once I make these to sell, this is a gift for my grandson. If you're selling these, I would weave those in so that your magic circle doesn't end up coming loose or anything. But without a lot of movement, I'm not too worried. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. So when I start my stitch, I will begin just wrapping it as if I'm gonna sew, like whip stitching it, I think it's called. But I like to leave this border, and so once I get that first stitch around, then I start just weaving through and doing it more like an embroidery stitch, I guess, where I pull through and then come back and then go up a couple stitches and pull through. I don't know if this is called like the blanket stitch, I can't remember, but drop that in the comments if you remember what this stitch is called. But yeah, I just work my way around, you know, coming back and then going like skip a stitch and work through and then go back through that stitch you skipped and just keep working your way around. And I like to sew it on like this and leave the edge, and it kind of perks these little spots up a little bit, but you can sew them on however you want. This is just the way I like to do it, so that I leave my border stitching kind of showing without getting pulled down. And then while you have the needle on your thread, go ahead and weave those ends in before you fasten off. All right, so once you have your spots sewn on, we'll be ready to stitch our mushroom cap with our 6.5 millimeter hook to our hat. And now we can stitch our mushroom cap to our inner hat. And so what you're going to do is just on any stitch of your inner hat, you're gonna go through this first stitch of your mushroom cap, and then go through any stitch of or end of the row of your main cap here, and you are just going to single crochet these two together. So just work your way around, and you will work one single crochet into each row of your hat. On the end of the row, you have 90 rows, you have 90 stitches on the end of your brim. So just go around and work one single crochet all the way around, working into each row on the brim of your hat, into the end of each row. So you'll just continue to work and single crochet your way all the way around, but you're going to stop when you have about 3 inches left so that you can stuff your hat. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just keep working my way around until I have just enough room for me to fit my hand in, and then I will stop there and get back on camera and show you how to get this little hat stuffed properly, because you want to be really careful not to overstuff it. And then I will come back for that. So I will meet you back here in just a minute. All right, so I have finished stitching around my hat. I just have this small opening. So I'm going to go ahead and stuff my hat. And when you stuff your hat, you want to make sure that you get a good little ball of stuffing right up into the top of the hat for, you know, this inner hat will get up in here, and then the head fills up pretty much all of the sides. So you just get a chunk in the middle, because we don't want to overfill it, because as you can see, our stitches are still fairly loose. It's not like the amigurumi, or however you say that, making little plushies and stuff with all nice, you know, tighter stitching. Even this hat is if I was doing, you know, a stuffy, I would have hooked my sized down my hook a little bit more to prevent any stuffing from showing. And so you really want to be careful not to overstuff. And then you want to just kind of put in, you know, a band around the edge of your brim to fill up your brim so that the brim nicely sits out and fills up, you know, the mushroom so that the mushroom's not just saggy. And so with the filling in here, you could optionally, when you're making your hat, which I might do this for hats that I sell, just to make it a little more washable, you could do something to where rather than stitching this portion closed, you put buttons across or something like that. But I don't know, I think that would look weird. So, so the thing is, when you have your stuffing in here, this polyfill, it turns this hat really into being like a stuffed animal on your head. This is not something that you want to be wearing getting super dirty. I mean, if you're at, you know, some cool festival and it starts raining and it's all muddy and your hat gets all messy, I would not recommend putting it through the wash. If you need to wash this, I recommend for sure doing a gentle, you know, gentle, cool water, cool, warm water by hand with a very gentle, mild soap, and then kind of squeeze it and blot it in some towels and let it air dry. Because with the polyfill in here running through a washer and a dryer, your hat would probably be destroyed and all of your hard work along with it. And so if you're making these to sell, important to include that into your care instructions. And then once you have your hat full, you're going to want to kind of check it, you know, turn it over and take a look before you stitch it all the way closed. Make sure you haven't overstuffed or understuffed anywhere. And then you're just simply going to continue in single crochet all the rest of the way to close your hat. And then once you've worked all the way around, you are simply going to slip stitch into this first stitch to close your round. And here on the pattern is where you get to choose your edge, and you can either fasten off right here and leave your mushroom just with a straight edge like this. For today's video tutorial, I'm going to do the shell stitch edge. The other option is the picot stitch, so you can follow the pattern directions to do the picot stitch if you want to do that, or do a shell stitch like this, or just fasten off right here and right where you are. But if you want to do a finishing edge, I am going to do the shell border for today's tutorial. And the picot stitch border, if you're familiar with the picot stitch, you can just place picot stitches around. Otherwise, the instructions for that are in my written pattern, which I have linked down below in the video description. So we're just gonna, let me explain to you what I'm doing here. So you have chained one and you know, optionally you could pull through and fasten off. So we're not gonna, or actually we have pulled through our loop, but we haven't even chained one yet. And so if you're gonna fasten off, pull through and fasten off. Otherwise, keep it right here at this slip stitch and just yarn over, skip 2 stitches, and work 5 double crochet all into this 3rd stitch here. skip 2 stitches, and then slip stitch into the third, skip 2 stitches, 5 double crochet all into that stitch, and that's what you're going to repeat all the way around. Oops. So I'll do a couple more here on camera. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 double crochet, skip 2 stitches, slip stitch, skip 2 stitches, 5 double crochet. And so just repeat that all the way around for the brim or the, edging of your mushroom on your hat. And then I'll meet you back here. Oops. And then I will meet you back here so that we can do our little ear covers and the ties to hold the hat on so the hat doesn't fall off. Since it's a slightly little top heavy hat, it is still comfortable. The ear covers are optional if you have the child or yourself there and you prefer it without the ear covers and your hat is secure enough, go ahead and leave it like that. You don't have to do those. They're optional, but I do prefer them just because even when the hat fits well, it just helps hold it on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And keeps your ears warm. All right, so I'm going to finish going all the way around and I'll meet you back here to fasten off and add in our ear covers. All right, so then when you come up on your end here, so after you finish your last shell, then you will slip stitch right back into that first stitch and fasten off. And then we will weave in our end. So once you have your end weaved in, then you can just look and if you want and decide which way you want to like face forward on your hat. And then on the bottom, you are going to, shoot, I put this hat on upside down. Okay, so I put my inner hat on inside out, or wrong side out, whatever. I should have put it in with the other side facing out where I would have had my back loop and my rear loop since we worked into the front loop only. So you would stick it through the back loop and rear loop of that half double crochet round. Let me show you on my pattern since I did it correctly with that hat. So your hook will go into the back loop and the rear loop of those half double crochet stitches of that last round of the inner part of the hat. Okay, so you should have a full 2 loops on your to go around. Don't put your hat on upside down like me. I might actually, because I'm still able to catch these 2 loops, and so I'm gonna go with that. We're just gonna work with it. I'm not gonna take this apart to turn it around, especially since I already wove in my ends before realizing my mistake. But this is what I want to be kind of the front, and so I want to kind of figure out where I want my sides to be. And for this size, we will be working across 5 stitches and working 10 single crochet across. So 2 single crochet into each of these stitches, of these loops. So it's like an increase, a single crochet increase for each one. But so yeah, pull up a loop, chain 1, and then you're going to work 2 single crochet into that stitch. Get over to your next stitch where you have your half double crochet and I'm sorry, where you have your back loop and rear loop, and work 2 single crochet into that. And so you're going to work 10 single crochet across, going across 5 stitches. And you'll have an easier time getting your loops than me because I put my hat on it the wrong way. Once you've worked your 10, chain 1 and turn. And for rows 2 through 7, so rows 2 through 7, you're just going to do 10 single crochet across. So I'll meet you back here at the end of row 7. Decrease. And now you are going to chain 36. So once you have your 36 single crochet, you are simply going to slip stitch back to the beginning of your chain, and you will slip stitch into that first like row of your last row of those 2 decreases together. We're going to slip stitch into that and fasten off. All right, so once you get back all the way to the beginning, slip stitch, like I said, into that double crochet 2 together row, and then just fasten off, weave in your end, and then you are going to repeat that exact same step on the other side. Let me weave in my ends really quick. All right, so then you will repeat those exact same steps on the other side. You just want to make sure that when you come and insert your hook, that you have an even number of stitches on each side and that you have your ear things centered. So I like to just pull my hook through where I'm going to pull up, and then, you know, I count my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches, and you'll just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17. All right, so here we're good, even, and I can go ahead and work this around. So you'll just do the same exact thing for your other side, and then you are finished with your hat. All you need to do to finish off your costume, if you're wanting to do an actual mushroom costume for a child or yourself, is to get some like cream colored off-white antique white colored long johns or pajamas or whatever, or sweatpants. And I thought it would be super cute to get one of the, you know, right on the t-shirt, like especially for little dudes, like I'm a fun guy. That would be super cute. So that's probably like trademarked or copyrighted, that saying, but I know you can get shirts like that that say I'm a fun guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so thank you so much for crocheting with me. Have fun with your adorable little mushroom hat. This was so much fun. This is one of the funnest patterns I've ever made. I had so much fun making it. I actually have so much fun making the hats themselves. And as a rarity, these will be in my Etsy shop as made to order. I don't often do that, but these are so fun to make and I enjoy them. So I'm going to do that for a little while. See what happens. And God bless you all. Have a fabulous day. I will see you on the next one. I think my next video next week is going to be, I'm starting my crochet series, Crochet and Coffee. And so I'm going to be talking about how I was able to get my YouTube channel monetized in under 5 months, and all of the things that I would repeat and do the same if I were starting over, plus all the things that I would do differently if I were starting over. And so if you want to tune in for that, I'm going to be posting that, God willing, next week. And that's going to be my next video. But then after that, keep your eyes out. It should be my butterfly costume tutorial. And I'm super excited about that. So follow along if you're not subscribed. I'd love to have you as a part of my community. God bless you. I will see you very soon. Have a fabulous day.